Welcome to the Tellabs Optical LAN video series, How to Sell Tellabs Optical LAN. This is the second of a 6 video series titled, Where and Who to Sell Optical LAN. The purpose of this video is to identify the industry verticals that best fit the optical LAN deployment model. It will also provide insight into the players in these organizations that influence these decisions. The objectives of this video will be to provide guidance on the market verticals that present the greater probability of success and are experiencing the shortest sales cycles for optical LAN. We'll also identify the people within these organizations that present the best chance of becoming a promoter and championing a purchase of passive optical LAN. At Tellabs, with the help of Gardner, we've studied all the different verticals and all the different players, and we have great insight into all their unique challenges. However, we need to focus our resources. So we studied which ones presented the best probability of success in the shortest sales cycle. We did this by looking at their market size and whether their IT budgets were growing or shrinking. We also looked at buyer behavior and whether the organizations were IT controlled or business controlled. We looked at our product and solution to see if it fit the unique needs of that market. We also looked at these industries to see if historically they were early adopters or laggers of new technology. Then, most importantly, we looked at whether these industries had existing passive optical LAN reference developments, if there were technology standards available to them, if design guides had been written, and independent testing had been completed. We put all of that information into a workbook and were able to prioritize the markets relative to the success for passive optical LAN. In the outcome, we identified 3 primary markets for us to focus on. The first one was business enterprise, specifically general office space. Consider this cube land of corporate America. The second market was U.S. federal government. This is the Defense Department, civilian, and intelligence agencies. The third market is hospitality. Though a smaller market, is nearly achieving mainstream adoption of passive optical LAN in hotels, resorts, stadiums, public venues, mixed-use facilities, and casinos. All 3 of these have been successful for a reason. There are reference deployments. There are technology standards that exist. Design guides are readily available for them, and independent testing has already occurred. These are the markets where you have the greatest probability of success and will most likely achieve the shortest sales cycle selling passive optical LAN. The secondary markets are all fertile grounds that truly have needs for the benefits of passive optical LAN. However, our research tells us that it's likely that you would have lower probability of success and perhaps a longer sales cycle by pursuing these. The good news is that across all primary and secondary markets, passive optical LAN adoption is growing. Let's look at who to sell to. You can expect to be selling to both skeptics and enthusiasts. They're going to be the passive optical LAN advocates and the new technology cynics. Tellabs commissioned a study of IT professionals about the appealing factors and the concerning factors of passive optical LAN. One thing that you will notice is that these individuals sometimes see longevity as a concern, and then sometimes individuals see longevity as something that is appealing about the technology. You'll need to be prepared to sell across all of these objections. At Tellabs, we have sales and marketing resources available to you to help you educate your clients on how passive optical LAN is more reliable, how it saves space, how it lowers OPEX and CAPEX, how it saves energy, among other benefits. We can help you overcome these challenges and win over these folks. We also work with Challenger. They tell us that in the 3rd millennium, we should teach, tailor, and take control of these sales cycles. Our buyers, despite available resources, do just 60% of their research before picking up the phone and calling you. It is still a stressful situation for them to be in because of all the information that's available. They must balance it and disseminate it across internal stakeholders and manage those internal stakeholders as well. Furthermore, there are so many different choices out there relative to new technologies. What we've learned is that it's very important that you provide your customers with information that's specific to their vertical. At TELLabs, we have tailor-made summaries, overviews, case studies, and reference material. They're not only specific to verticals and industries, but specific to the pay grade of the individual that you're working with. For example, a summary is a short, high-level document that is meant for C-level or VP level people. An overview is a more detailed, more technical document made for the IT directors, managers, and staff. Armed with these sales and marketing sources, you'll be able to provide a unique perspective to your customers about passive optical LAN and how it can solve unique challenges that they're facing with quantifiable monetary benefits. This will help establish you as a trusted advisor throughout the buyer's journey, not only selling passive optical LAN, but bundling other services that your company sells. What we've learned over the past 10 years is that it is best to start at the highest level possible when selling optical LAN. It is important to have that C-level visibility. You need the people that have financial responsibility as well as technical responsibility and those that are cross-functional. The truth is that passive optical LAN has CapEx and OpEx savings, but it may not apply to the IT department. You need to have that person that can articulate the financial savings across multiple departments. The same thing applies with cross-functional benefits. You need a person that has visibility above their traditional silos and can represent the benefits of passive optical LAN across multiple groups, multiple entities, and multiple departments within an organization. This will help speed the closure of the deal and shorten the sales cycle. Other key contributors are more obvious: the IT VPs, directors, and managers. Of course, in larger companies, you may have people that are dedicated to data and voice or wireless networks. Those are great people to work with as well. In even larger companies, you're going to have those that are specialized in security compliance or environmental compliance. And it'd be great to have conversations with them as well. We do work with architects, engineers, and consultants. However, be careful. Obviously, there will be longer lead times. But the good news is that you can influence a project earlier in the sales cycle and get in front of your competitors with passive optical LAN. This concludes this video. In it, we have discussed market verticals that represent the greatest possibility of success and are experiencing the shortest sales cycles for optical LAN, and the people within these organizations that present the best chance of becoming a promoter and championing a purchase of passive optical LAN.